Hey, good afternoon, Manchester, New Hampshire, and all the surrounding areas. I guess they're on their way. You got a call from them?
Yeah, they just called. They got lost, which is easy to do for
all
of us.
Yeah. Well, I'm a lost case anyway, so then I know how to follow that, And I have to let you know, I'm wearing this shirt. It's a special shirt.
That's a very nice shirt. Very becoming on you.
My beautiful granddaughter gave it to me.
Yeah.
I am so excited at the closeness that we have.
Yeah.
My granddaughter, like we used to have,
thing,
and her and her mother and her dad are getting close. Isn't that what this world should be all about?
Yes, love your family.
Yeah, not all about what we read. I got stuff in the newspaper. I really have. I got to burn that sort in the trash.
Don't even pay for it.
You know,
it's full of
you know,
lies, misconceptions, and.
And the thing is, Lori, I think it was like 7 years ago, or even longer, I said that the power, now quote, I'm going to quote what I said on it, the powers that may be, all these powerful people are going to come crashing down. And it is happening.
We needed to shake up, not just the government, but all the power
movie actors
structures. Right, we needed to shake it up and start over. Too many people have been in power too long, and a lot of them have abused it.
Oh, I want to read that out loud. I don't have my glasses on. You know who Sue is,
yeah,
right?
our dear friend Corrine.
Yeah.
You guys have seen her, and she's been
show.
singing. She sings like an angel.
Yeah.
She just found out she made it into the grad school opera, and a part. And she's going to be a ballerina in the opera. How exciting! Oh, she is so gifted and talented.
We met her when she was a no. We're not gonna. She doesn't have time.
We knew her when. So we knew her first.
That's right, folks.
She got her start here on Norman Friend.
That's right. That's a positive thought. Hey, I hope that lady calls today that says, Norman, ooh, I love. We need a good laugh, don't we? And my heart is going out, and I know yours is too, to our friend Mary Lene, and her very dear friend Dottie crossed over to the other side. She's with the Angels, and she was on a ship on a cruise, and she had a heart problem there, and they had to rush her to the hospital.
Right.
I guess she passed on doing the surgery.
Oh, that's so sad. But on the upside, if because I always try to find the upside. She was on a cruise having a wonderful time. So I mean, could have been worse.
It was her time to go.
Right.
People don't understand. You and I can't say I know all of it. I wish I did. No, I don't know if I want to. I got 3 more pages then.
Oh, good. Yeah. Congratulations.
But I wish that I knew the answer, but I don't know them. But I do know. We know when it's our time. Sorry about that, Paul.
Well, I think most people do. And it's funny because you've probably seen this too. Most people who are dying, and almost every time their families say, oh, they're doing so good today, they're getting better, and then they die the next day. Yeah. It's weird. Yeah. But, like I said, people know, and I think people rebound right before they die. Our guests are here.
Right. Better late than never.
We were getting worried about you guys.
My hair was turning white.
Yeah. See what you did to his hair?
Yeah. He lost all of his hair.
I lost all my hair on the way in.
Right.
Because you were stressed from being lost.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable.
Oh, I'm so sorry that happened. I'm glad you guys made it here.
I just want to. We're just gonna finish what we were starting, and then we're gonna ask your opinion. But I also agree with you. They start feeling like they're eating better before they don't, because they know they're going to be crossing.
Right.
And like with my partner Jerry, one of my other friends, I lived at like 3 years company TV show.
Yeah.
I had the 2 men and 2 straights and 1 gay. Of course, not me being gay.
Not you. Somebody else was gay. The other 2 were straight.
They couldn't. He says to me, you're a pretty special guy. When he waited until I left the room before he did cross over.
A lot of
and my
people
friend
do that.
Dave, he told me you were my best friend, and I love you. So I truly believe that they know, or we know when it's going to go. Better than late than never. Guests that have arrived from Maine. Well, not understand. Maniacs, I understand. I understand. If you two would introduce yourselves, I'd be very happy.
Okay. Paula Clark.
Charlie Riverman Bergeron.
Riverman?
Riverman.
Oh, that's interesting. Now, you're an author, right?
No, I'm not yet. The book is written. I just haven't brought it through
Hold
yet.
on, that's another we got coming on.
Okay.
I have so many. I'm so excited. I have so many new
No.
guests coming on. Paula, you were on before, right?
I was with Stirs.
With who?
actually.
Oh, yeah, that's
Stirs,
right. And you still with them?
Yes.
All
yes.
right. They're growing.
Hmm?
And they're still growing.
No, they like the size that they are. We're at about 10, I think it is. And
Yeah,
they
that's
look
right. Because the
great.
lady that was on with you, she was at the end there,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a lady that was dressed in purple that came up and
You
talked to her.
spoke to her.
One of the
Correct.
The
spiritual
only
ladies.
person she's ever spoken to.
Yeah, and she hasn't
Yeah.
spoken to anybody since.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Okay. Now, you want to tell the people what you do, why you're here, what you do? Well, you're here. I know. I invited you. I told you I'd bring you down by a jackhammer, but that's okay.
I actually do a lot of things. I work full-time in a medical office right now doing transcription. I have been a legal transcriptionist.
Pretty precise, huh?
Yes, sometimes I am.
Where is your glasses for doing that?
I have reading glasses for
Okay.
that. Yeah, absolutely. I also teach Tai Chi part-time.
Love Tai Chi.
Love to be doing it full-time, yeah.
5 years.
Oh, good. Good. So I love doing the Tai Chi and second-degree black belt in Shaolin Kempo Karate, which is how I came to the Tai Chi.
Wow, congratulations.
So we better not mess with you.
No. Although I control myself.
You know, the one I find, I think you don't do exhibits, right? You don't you go to the tournaments or whatever.
No, we don't do tournaments.
You know, I have a very good friend who teaches karate, tai chi, karate, whatever I think you call it, and he will not enter. He doesn't believe in belts. I mean, he gives you recognition for it, but a lot of the ones that go into tournament, they don't know how to defend themselves on the street because they're also tournaments. So he doesn't look at it in that way. Okay,
Yeah, my
and
son's a black belt.
I mean, yeah, and he doesn't brag about it, right?
Oh, no, he doesn't brag about
Don't you
it.
find that most of them that really respect the black belt or whatever belt you are, they don't brag about
Well,
it?
that's part of the training.
Training,
That's when you
Right.
have a good instructor.
And good instructor. That's why he does. You know,
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
makes a whole big difference. And you are
I'm
Child Riverbank.
Charlie Riverman, Bergeron.
Oh, Riverman.
Riverman. Yes, I was.
See, she here haunts me to keep make sure I get names straight here.
Yeah, no, that's it. Riverman. No, I was given that name 25 years ago, and that's another story which
Yeah.
we'll probably talk about in March.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, we're going to talk about a whole lot of things.
Well, there
huh?
you go.
know.
Well,
We'll
And
be
the
all
one
over
thing
the
I will
place.
tell everybody is, you know, from being on before, is Lauren, we want to make you feel as comfortable as possible.
Okay.
Okay. If you don't feel comfortable, then it's up to you. Right? You know. Okay.
I don't know. I can't see. We have an audience.
Oh,
Oh,
it's my chauffeur.
Oh, okay.
Oh, your chauffeur.
I couldn't see with the lights. I couldn't see
We're
who
not
it
used
was.
to having people come in now.
Well, we
But-
used to always have an audience.
That's
but
right. Now I taught you, was it yesterday or the day before
Yesterday
the
or
Great
the day
Lake,
before,
right?
yeah.
And one of the things about you is that you had a altering change,
I had a
right?
near-death, what's commonly called a near-death experience. I refer to it as just as a death experience because that's what it left me with a new life, really. It completely changed perspective on life. And so how I met Paula was through Tai Chi, and I had been looking for a Tai Chi instructor. And before I retired, I asked Spirit to, I wanted to be of service. And a woman who had been with Paula learning Tai Chi and in her class said, "Would you be willing to give me a ride to Tai Chi?" And so there we are.
there you go.
Spirit connected, and I met
Isn't it
Paula.
amazing how spirits connect with people?
It is. We've talked about that on the phone.
Right.
And
Like when her and I, the guy I had as a co-host left that day, and I gave her a call, and she came on the show, and I love having her on the show. I really do. I think she's a big asset to my show. I'll be lost without her.
yeah.
You know, we don't always have to have agreements. You know, Paula, with you, that's your certificate other.
No,
We
no.
can't see because of the lights. We can't see who that is.
No, he's actually, he's a STIRS member, but we're
Oh,
good friends.
was he on the show before?
He was, Eric.
Oh, hi, Eric. You can pull up and sit by them if you'd like.
Oh, no, it's fine. No,
Oh, okay. But
Yeah, because the lights, we can't see who that is.
Yeah, I can
now,
barely
you want
see
to
him.
explain to them what sturge is?
Well, it's
Okay,
a
Matilda.
paranormal research group, and we like to go in and help people be comfortable in their own homes. So we're not about, we're not about trying to be on TV. If anything like that happens, we're open. But I mean, it's more like, we want to make people comfortable in their own homes. So we'll come in, and I usually do the walkthroughs to see what's on the property, what's on the houses, and what's in the houses, anything to be concerned of. And my system will usually go to the oldest thing that's wrong with the property or that presents as a problem. And then it starts working its way forward. So it's pretty interesting because it's nothing that I tried to do. It's just something I've always had. And I didn't know how well it was going to work until I actually started doing other people's stuff besides my own relatives' things. So it was interesting. That was very interesting.
Isn't it amazing how this? Now, I did a house clearing down in Hudson, right? Yeah, Hudson. For some reason, and kindred spirits didn't like what I did or whatever. Nashua. For some reason, they didn't like what I did, and you know what? That's okay.
No,
I know in my heart what I did was right. I was excited about it, and I actually saw the spirit, and I still, and I'm not going to change my mind. And some people are going to like it, and some aren't.
Well, sometimes
I'm
what
not up for
happens is
popularity.
people call you in for different reasons.
Right.
Sometimes they're invested in an answer already, and if you don't provide that answer, they don't like it.
No,
And
it
there's
is
not much.
sad.
A lot of the psychology of the people actually has a lot to do with it. And I'm not a psychologist per se. I guess I'd have to say I've become an armchair one. Because it does figure in sometimes,
Yeah, it's
a
tough when
lot.
they've already drawn their conclusions and you can't support their conclusions.
And sometimes they've had, they don't tell you, but they've had other groups come in. And, and then they want, another group and another group. And
We know
another group.
psychic hoppers that
Yeah.
do that. They go from psychic to
Psychic
psychic to
hoppers,
I love
psychic, trying to,
We have
Yeah.
one we really know, but I'm not going to mention.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of them just need to have that.
Well, they're just waiting for someone to tell them what they want to hear.
And I won't do that.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, neither will I.
they've watched a lot of TV, and they're predisposed to what's going to be out there, and there is some of that stuff around. But
Oh, absolutely.
know-
Like I went and did I had a lady who was a real estate agent that had me come to her the house they wanted to sell because nobody would do it, and I went to the house and I wish I had brought you. You would have loved it. Next time I go to, when she calls me again, you and I got to go together.
Okay.
I want to do a team. It's a lot, and I did a great job. They said they sold the house right away. But have you actually seen the spirit leave the house when you start doing the clearing?
I haven't seen that particularly yet. I've only actually had a couple of people request it, for two different reasons. So it's just however many investigations I've been with the group,
Yeah.
nobody's happened to request it,
Well,
So
Just a couple of
most
people.
people just want to be comfortable in their
Right.
house. They don't
Yeah.
necessarily
Usually-
want the spirits to be gone.
Yeah.
Is that what you find?
Yeah. So
But
I'm
but-
an empath. I
yeah.
mean, more empathic. So mine is more of a physical feeling.
You got to start being so
I get
empathic.
all of it. Like I get the sight and the hearing, but the feeling is primary for me. So I will feel when they're not
This
there.
gentleman has a
Yeah.
female spirit right behind him.
Oh, bless you, dear, whoever you are.
They really-
Beautiful,
they're-
thank you.
It's an older lady, and it could be even the same spirit that was with. No, but
That
there is
is-
another
yeah,
female.
this is-
There's another female. That
Yeah.
means she trusts
She's
you.
literally right behind you.
Wonderful.
If you feel something tickling your ear,
Oh,
she's
that's
getting
that's
baby.
wonderful. I enjoy that. So thank you for seeing that. Yeah.
Spirits, everybody says, "Oh, those spirits." No, are there spirits that will hurt us? I don't know. Do you
There
think
are
that?
some.
Yeah.
There are some, but they're
But
low level,
low level, yeah.
low energy
Right.
spirits. Then that's what they do. They give you false
You want to come
information.
up and give your opinion, Eric? Nope. Did I give you opinion?
Yes, you did.
I did?
Yep. They'll be mean or nasty or
Oh, yeah.
or do things to hurt you just to get their way. Those are all low level energy
Definitely.
spirits. So
Definitely.
Well, most of the time, I feel with people like when you go buy a new house that you're going to be buying, by the way, the spirit's going to welcome you. Do you want to move?
I'm open to it. I mean, I've
Because there's
rented at
another
the
house
place
that's-
that I'm at for a long time.
Yeah,
So.
but that's time for you to have a new adventure.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing like a Cape Cod type house,
Huh.
and closer to the water.
I would like that.
You have a lot of your energy comes from the water.
Yeah, I can see that now. I mean, even though I usually feel pretty earthy,
When you
I
need
do.
to, you
I
need
do.
to learn how to
Water
balance
is
them.
a huge thing. As a matter of fact,
This guy, he's a hopeless case, but he also is a rich.
it was interesting because one of the investigations that I went on, I kept getting a woman coming in who I saw floating in the water, just like a paper doll, and she kept speaking to me, but she sounded like she was underwater. And then every other investigation that we did in that time period, this woman showed up. Well, come to find out, she actually belonged to 5 consecutive ones forward that I hadn't been to yet. And it was an unsolved murder. So that was pretty interesting.
Oh, I love to. My favorite is when I'm going to go spiritually hunting. I think I'm pretty good. Is finding the missing bodies. I think,
that's interesting.
because she will tell you, I come in all hyped up with it. Not that I'm ever energetic, but
No, I won't accuse you.
like there was a lady that lost her husband. People walked by it last winter.
Wow.
They kept walking by it, and there she was right there. When he was, right? And another time, I found a body in in Florida. You find them all. You find them when Spirit wants you to find them. You're going to be working with a lot of missing bodies.
Well, that doesn't sound far out of the prospect for me.
Of course it's not. I wouldn't say it. No.
And similar to the Spurs, I do what I originally was dowsing rods.
Yeah, what did that?
Recently, what I do now is douse people's property for energy vortexes, geopathic stress. But I'm running into a lot of people who want spirits released, and then I'm finding spirits that I can't even describe that need to be released. So it all looks like it's all in my future somewhere. I just follow spirit guidance and show up where I'm called to be, and yeah, it's
One
an
of the things that
amazing
you'll
journey.
understand. What's his name again?
I don't know.
Charlie.
You did it.
Great
See, you
one.
knew.
Charlie Braintree?
No.
No?
Riverman.
Oh, Riverman. Oh, okay.
Riverman.
That's why I'm a co-host.
Okay. Yeah.
You haven't even touched the iceberg of your spirituality.
I'm sure.
Okay? You haven't. And then also in your past life, you were a gypsy woman doing what you're doing now.
Wow, that's awesome.
A
Thank
lot of people don't realize that sometimes we do have that sex problem. Like, I know I was a female.
Yeah,
with a,
different genders and different
Right.
lifestyles.
Yeah.
That's how we.
I know I was a go-go dancer in my past life. I think, and a lot of times they think that a lot of times we come back here because we still are infatuated with men or women, whatever, and because we haven't really completed our journey as a woman or from our past life. So this is the way I look at it. Tell us about your life near-death experience. Actually, you did die.
I did. I died in a motorcycle accident crossing the Piscataqua River from Kittery to Portsmouth 25 years ago. And it was after a night of drinking and just being my human self. And I was just saying on the way up, my revelation was, we're talking about the old bridge, was one of those cheese graters. And I got across it, and there was another drunk on the back of the bike. And my excitement was, I made it. I made it across the bridge. And that was my greatest fear, was I dumped the bike on the bridge. And instead, I ended up looking down at my body, and my body was actually talking to the police officer or the ambulance driver. And I was the viewer, and I was long out of that body and on my way to the light. And that's where I ended up in, was the light. And so it's an interesting short story, because a lot of people who have near-death experiences talk about meeting people and talking to people, and I didn't. I went directly to the light. And so from there, I was called out of the light, and then there was an agreement with a group of beings, of what I refer to as angels and light beings, to come back And my purpose was to anchor the peace, light, and love energy that I was in that light, because there was nothing else. It was just total peace, total light, total love, and to anchor that into all living forms. So that's my divine purpose.
See, the thing is, too,
Yeah.
when you were drinking, you could care less about things.
Yeah.
Okay?
No, even
Like
when I wasn't
was.
drinking back then, I didn't
Right.
care about
Yeah,
much.
I made, next month will mean 22 years that I've been sober. And I think that when we're drinking, we don't care. I used to love to get in fist fights. I really did. Then I lost a few, won a few, then I'd say, how's it feel to be beaten by a fag or whatever? Just to humiliate them, you know what I'm saying? So they would hide away, you know. One of the things I'm looking at you, Charlie, okay,
Charles.
is that you really you're going to do a lot more out-of-body experiences. Don't be afraid to project outwardly.
All right, thank you.
Okay. The person that you're with doesn't understand, but she supports whatever you do. Okay.
Yes.
And that's a major part of you. Okay. There was no accident for you and you two meeting.
No, I think
Everything
we,
has a
Heck no.
we
divine.
both understand that.
Yeah.
No.
Everything has a divine purpose.
Everything.
Everything. You know, like Lily and I have our divine. You belong into that group that you belong to, and Serge, you said.
Stars.
Okay, and Eric is in. You know, he motivates you people. He really does. He's very much. Here's a man. I'm going to pretend he's not in the room. Here's a
used to it.
man
He's used to
that
it.
truly believes in what he does.
Oh yeah,
He
absolutely.
doesn't try to sell
Nope.
this person or that person. He really allows the Spirit to guide him. Am I right?
He does,
Okay.
even if he doesn't think so.
Right.
What do you say?
He said he's starting to see it more.
Yeah. Don't be afraid of the unknown. Whatever that means, I don't know. But I'm just giving you a message to both of you. Don't be afraid of the unknown. Be more afraid of the known, actually.
That's usually
That's
the
the
truth.
scary part. Yeah.
You know.
It's usually the truth.
And you said 25 years ago you had
25 years. It was 1991.
and so you were like reborn again.
It was a rebirthing. Yeah, wasn't aware of it totally when I first came back, because you come back into the physical body, which is now damaged, and so I had brain damage, which I now know was a rewiring, so that I couldn't reuse some of the abilities that I had prior in what I call my former life, which I used as a manipulation. They were actually a gift at birth that I should have developed, but I didn't because of my life patterns. And so in order to prevent me from using those again in misalignment, the brain was rewired. And so now I'm highly empathic, and I call myself clairsentient. So I don't hear things or see things as a rule, but I just it's a sensing.
And that's like what a lot of times I will see the spiritual vision of a person who might have crossed over, and then there are times when I don't see it. Okay, in fact, I sent out a question. I gotta really compliment you a lot on a person that I had passed away. I'm making up to you, no, but I had this person who I knew as a teenager. And I had a wicked crush on. Nobody knew about it, but he kept coming into my dreams and into my thoughts. And she gave me the correct step to go with her and another friend of ours. Okay, you know. So I've been dealing with that. You know, people think that they seem to forget that even though we're spiritual, we're still human.
We are still human.
We're not on the earth, but we're in the earth. So we're all airheads.
Like it.
We are.
Perfect.
They understood right on.
Yeah, see, I've had people actually really were, get really
We had
upset.
one lady get very offended until we explained to her what we meant.
Yeah. No,
But most people get it, right?
Well, aren't
I
we?
feel that I'm highly intelligent, and that didn't offend me at all. I think it's true.
But you know what I'm saying
Yes, I
is
do.
that we
Exactly.
have to be in the earth.
Yeah.
You do.
And when I had a gallbladder problem, and I was on the table, they were examining me, and all of a sudden my body just started going into a seizure, but I just went up to the other side. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't describe the energy that I felt.
Right.
It was beautiful. It was light, and also that my mother, I believe it was my mother, that told me, your journey isn't done yet. Because I didn't want to come back. Did you?
No, there was. It's funny because where I was, there was no conscious awareness of otherness. It was just, I was just light. There was no body, no physical sensation, no sensing of a brain or a mind. It was just energy. It was just pure. It was beautiful. And as you say, hard to describe. There are no words. I express it as the brightest light you've ever seen. It's like staring at the sun, but 10,000 times brighter. Peace you can't comprehend because it's just so peaceful, and unconditional love, and that's what you are in that space. So I only know it as, for me, my expression is that was source energy, the source energy of who we are. Yeah. And then we're brought forth from that and manifested into form or spirit, and then we can communicate with each other.
My question to you is the so-called friends that you had before you got this enlightenment.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be rude when I say
no, dude.
But you're so-called, you're my buddy, you're my pal. Yeah, we'll have another one for the road or whatever. How have they reacted to your change?
Well, they've all disappeared.
Is that amazing?
I laugh because there's, in a transition period, that's that we hold on to a lot of things, and we want to hold on to a lot of things because they were meaningful, but over time they lose their reality. They lose their meaning and their purpose because it doesn't align with us anymore. And so it's not something that I intended to push away. It just gradually dissipates into the background.
You run into that too,
haven't you? Absolutely.
And anybody I'm sure you have too, and anybody that's in the spiritual world like we are, and then when I gave up alcohol and all, I didn't have any of my friends coming around me. I was the one that was buying the booze, and when I got ready, I gave away, I turned on the street 5 cases of half gallons of booze. Yeah. That's how big my bar was. I had a discotheque in this, I was a flaming, back then, and I didn't care, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how my son put up with it. I really don't, because he lived across the street. But then he gave me an ultimatum, so now, and it's such a blessing. My son and I got to be in the last month, as I've told you, it's such a blessing to have my son, and I'm so glad that I'm sober today, and you are too.
Oh, yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
So you've been sober 25 years?
25. The accident and the death didn't stop me from drinking when I came back, which was interesting. But there's another story. At Christmas Eve, my beloved that I'm with now invited me to her house.
Is she alive or is she dead?
No, she's alive.
Oh, and you keep saying my beloved.
Well, my beloved is just how, Oh, no, she's just a soul blessing to me. And we've been together for off and on in a relationship for 30 years. Yeah. But she knew me before I died. And when the accident, we had been split apart because I had wandered off. I call it a suicide mission now because I just couldn't deal with life. Yeah. And obviously I got my wish.
Yeah, you did.
So be careful. I tell people, be careful what you wish for.
Next time you may not ever come back.
They may not let you come
this
back.
There's no guarantees, exactly. But what happened was she invited me back to her home, and we had split up over another woman and yada, yada, yada. And when I went back at Christmas, I had nothing. I was homeless. I had been homeless. I had been bankrupt. My divorce destroyed me. And I was invited back to her home. And again, the drink was still there. So I'm still drinking and talking with one of her sons. And as booze will have it, it ignites the flame. And you cheated on my mother. And it's like, wow. So I'm out of here. You know, my first place is to run. So I'm going to drive from Massachusetts to Maine drunk again. And so it stopped me. So in the hallway, which is amazing, it's a fun story to tell. In the hallway, it's a split entry as I was coming down the stairs. I just said, Jesus, if you're real, take this from me or take me back. Because, you know, at that point, I knew I knew that there was something far better than this existence here.
Don't make the table.
This existence here. French, the hands go. You know?
Oh. But I'm not French.
So it's okay. And I haven't had a drink since.
Good for you.
I've been through AA. I went to AA meetings afterwards,
Yeah.
but I never had the urge to drink again. And so the miracle was there in that second. You know.
We have a call. Let's see if it's on topic. Welcome to Norman Friends. You're on the air. Hello?
Hi, Laurie.
Hey.
Hey, Mary. How you doing, darling?
All right.
Are you doing okay?
You
Your
okay?
friend just passed away.
Uh-huh.
I was telling you that your friend Dottie just passed away. You know? Yeah.
Friends over 30 years.
Yeah.
Can you just ask her to get a little closer to her phone?
Mary, can you just get a little closer to your phone? We're having trouble hearing you.
Bit better?
That's much
Yeah.
better, honey.
This lady makes the best homemade baked beans.
Oh, she does everything the best.
Yeah.
She
But
is
Mary, I want to let
100%.
you know that I've got a lot of people on Facebook that sent you wishes, and I know these people send you wishes, and we know that she's an age. She's actually with her mother and father right now.
Yeah, I told you so.
Yeah, she was a very nice lady.
She was.
She really was. You know. Yeah. You know. And how are you handling all this, Mary?
It's fun.
Yeah. You know, you can call me or come over and see me anytime you want.
Yeah. I will. Thank you, Mom.
You know. Now, did you get rid of your car, or are you keeping it?
I'm in the process right now. I'm just might be getting on tonight. Another time.
Yeah. What I want you, what I would like you to understand with her, I'm going to give you a message from Dottie, okay?
All right.
Okay. She said to tell you that she appreciates your friendship, but don't cry for her. Rejoice that she's in a better place. She was having these pains for a lot of years, but she never talked about her pain, did she?
No, she never did.
You know? But she had this for a lot of years, and she wants to let you know that she's with Hattie. Now, did she know your friend Hattie?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to tell you they're together to make sure you behave, young lady.
Or to make sure you don't behave. One
Well,
or the
one or the
other.
other, yeah.
They're good friends. They're taking care of you, Mary.
You know. But Mary also has her own TV show, and called Cruising with Mary.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But Mary, just don't mourn for her, okay? Just rejoice that she's going to be with her family member. And there's also a dog there with her.
I don't know how to get this.
I don't know.
Mary, you're fading out on me.
All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay, call me later at home, okay?
All right. Love you,
All right.
Mary.
Love you, darling. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This woman is the most beautiful woman.
She really is.
She really is.
So,
She was my best friend as a teenager. She was my bodyguard.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, right? She'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'd start a fight, she'd beat him up for me.
Oh,
yeah, such an amazing lady.
Yeah.
She's
She
had
really
such a diverse life. I mean, she's
Right.
done so many amazing things that people wish they could do, and
Wow.
no one has the guts to do. She's done those
Wow.
things.
wow, that's
You know
awesome.
that that song, Little Old Lady from Pasadena?
Yes.
There you go.
This is the
This
way
is-
she drives.
This is her.
She can take, I swear, a 10-wheeler. I don't know. Whenever I'd zoom it right into the parking lot.
Yeah.
And when she makes homemade baked beans, you have to get to my event early if you want them.
Oh, is that
Before
right?
the
Yeah.
doors open.
Oh, okay.
Because she sells out within a half hour the doors open.
She's known for those.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I'm
several
hungry.
restaurants have asked her to make them for her restaurant,
Yeah.
but that takes the joy out of it. When
It
you-
can.
When
It can.
when you become commercial in anything,
Yeah.
okay. Did your dad pass?
My dad did, yes.
May I give you a message for him?
Sure.
Okay, he's told me to tell you that you finally woke up and saw what you're supposed to be doing.
Mm,
Okay.
thank
He
you.
used to shake his head at you, huh?
Oh yeah, we we didn't agree on a lot of things, right?
But now he's very happy for you. He's very proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay, and especially that you got rid of that alcohol.
Yeah, I'm sure he's glad of that. Yeah,
Did
he
you-
had his own
issues with it too.
Right. Yeah.
You almost went to jail a couple of times.
Well, I'm sure. There was a couple of times.
But
that-
you had the gift of gab that.
As I say, I used my skills to manipulate others. Yes.
Isn't it amazing what we can do? You not an alcoholic, so you wouldn't. But as an alcoholic, it's amazing what we can do with alcohol. I'm probably a drug addict too if they do it that way. But I was amazed at how much I could manipulate out of different people. And then when I got sober, I said, "Oh my God, did I do all that?" And I paid it all back. So I'm conscious like that too. Okay. So what? Do you have any houses you're going to be investigating? What's your name, Paula? Paula. Oh, I got a halfway
He got
right.
most of it right.
Yeah.
We don't have any set up right now. We're kind of on a little bit of a rest during the holidays.
I expect to be busy February.
And I feel so. It's always they're waiting coming up. They've been doing a lot of things with the 555 with Brandy Wells.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so those been doing a lot of things.
What's
We've
that
been
new
on
show?
as team leads.
She's been on the show before.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so and
Yeah.
I think the other gentleman that was here the last time, Danger.
Danger,
He does
yeah,
work.
Dan,
Danger.
yeah.
Dan,
He's done. I think he's done. I don't know if he's done the 555, but he's done
Yeah,
some stuff.
I
with
think
it.
he has because I've seen
Yeah.
them. I'm friends with both of them. They
Mhm.
advertise and he puts they have their show, their radio show, right? That
Yes.
they do together and
Yeah.
stuff. And
Yeah, she
he's
does.
always
yeah.
advertising
Yeah,
for.
yeah. Those are kind of fun, but I like the houses. I mean,
The thing is, I like the diversified. Hey, I use a big
You
word.
did, and you did it correctly.
Yes,
I was
sir.
on the ground with you.
I like what I'm not a master of anything, but I'm the jack of all trades, so to speak. Nor do I want to be.
right.
Okay?
I'm kind of that way too.
Yeah.
I
love
like
doing readings. I love doing funerals, kicking when they fall out of the casket. Watch them fall, that's pretty cool.
How dare you fall out of the
Oh, my.
casket while doing your service?
Right.
How rude.
People, I'm only kidding. I know my website's right there.
I didn't even bother this time.
It's amazing how people take it seriously. I can't say poke him in the
No,
eye
you
anymore.
cannot
because
say that.
A little boy overheard me
wow.
say that one time. He went over and
Yeah.
poked his sister in the eye.
Ooh.
And his mother let me know about it, so I don't say that anymore. It's amazing how when you're on the air, you have to be very careful of what you say.
right. You don't think about it all the time.
You know?
What pops
I mean,
out
you
of
don't,
your mouth.
'cause, one of the things I will tell you is stop opening your heart so much. Focus on you and your family.
Well, I'm kind of having to do that right now. Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
focus. You're married, right?
No.
Oh, I thought you were married.
Well, technically.
Do you live
well,
together, right?
Yes.
All right, then you're
yes,
married
I
as
should
far
say.
as I'm
I have a
concerned.
significant other. Let's put
Okay,
it
and
that
he
way.
adores you. Okay, but I guess what I'm trying to tell you is that you're spreading yourself too thin with other people. This is the message I'm getting.
That's always true.
Okay, so you got to bring it back and focus more on you. That could be why you're on a sabbatical from Surge or whatever, because you got to get your own.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
back into
yeah,
order
right.
again, because
I
you're
have
very-
been
you're-
pulling back a
Right,
little bit.
You're
yeah.
very temperamental. I'm just going by what they tell me.
Well, I guess I
Makes you
can be.
smile.
I don't know. I always think I'm fairly even keeled, but
I don't know, he's laughing, so.
We're not saying a word,
temperamental.
but you got to get
Well,
back into your teaching more.
I would say I have a temper.
Yeah. Well, you really got to get back into your teaching more.
I've been. I mean, I've been doing the.
Are you
I've
doing
been
it
doing
3
the Tai
days a
Chi
week?
for. Yes,
Are
3
you
days a
teaching?
week. Yeah.
3 days a week? Okay.
3 days.
3 days,
Well,
okay.
2 nights and a day.
Okay, so you're 3.
Yeah.
Are you ready to do another day?
I would be ready to do another day.
Again, I do see it actually going, expanding. This
Well,
is why I'm
that's
telling you,
what
you got
would
to
be
get
nice,
yourself
yeah.
more in order with you.
Yes.
Not Oh, I almost swore.
Don't do that.
I would have been a no. I almost used that.
Hey.
Not budget other people. There,
Yeah.
you can say that.
Yeah,
right?
you can. And
Okay.
Paul.
Well, I do the
believes
Tai
it.
Chi, and then I also do massage, and I do.
So you
I
got to
do
focus
Reiki,
more
so-
on you.
Yeah.
So make
And
sure
it-
you're doing things,
I'd like
those
to
things
do
for
that.
you
Yeah,
too.
a little bit more.
And it's okay to be effing selfish.
Oh yeah, I know that. I can
It's
be
okay.
selfish.
One thing about us as alcoholics, we are selfish at times. And we have to be in order to help other people, you know.
Well,
May
you
I
do. You always have
these
to
on-
take care of yourself
May I
first.
do
That's-
these on you?
Sure.
Right.
Okay.
It's not selfish to do self-care.
No.
When someone, I have a friend and her daughter told her she was being very selfish for taking care of herself. And I said, well, you know, I told her daughter may actually believe that because for one, she's young. 2, that's what society teaches us.
Mm-hmm.
And 3, it's her own insecurities that are making her afraid. And that's every time someone says you're selfish because you take care of yourself, that's what I hear in my head is their insecurities are coming to the surface.
Right.
You know, I learned that it's okay to be selfish for ourselves from, I can't remember his name, he plays the didgeridoo.
Okay.
Heck, he lived down in Portsmouth, that's where the ocean is, right?
Oh, I know who you're talking about, but I don't remember his name
You don't
either.
remember his name either? Because he
No.
moved to New Jersey.
Oh, he did.
Yes.
Okay.
And he says, Norm, it's okay to be selfish. I go, we can't be selfish.
Well, because
You have to
selfish
be.
is a misnomer in
Well,
this case.
you know, I'll share a little story. I changed the word from selfish to self-full.
Yes.
And my guides directed me on that because after being an alcoholic and then wanting something for myself that was better, I felt selfish. And
Yeah.
we grow up with that term, you're being selfish. And my guide said to me, change the word to being self-full
Love it.
and realize that the
exactly
abundance
correct.
is really our gift. It's a gift to us to be abundant. But when we look at it as I'm taking something away from somebody else,
Right.
and instead of I'm honoring who I am.
That's what I say. I'm not
So
being
for
selfish.
all of you, it's a message for everybody,
Yes.
really, to change our. When we think we're selfish, to change that to I'm going to be self-full,
Yes,
self-fulfilling.
I like that. I think that's a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah, so it changed a lot of the way I look at things. Doesn't mean I still don't feel selfish sometimes, but it's minimal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm a
and that's-
very selfish person.
That's always
Very
what I'm
self-full.
talking about in Reiki.
Self-full. I mean, I have a partner who waits on me, hand and food, he cooks dinner, he makes my bed, he brings coffee into me, and I am very
What?
spoiled,
Yeah, well, that's okay.
right?
Yeah, but that's not being selfish. And, I
We
mean, 'cause,
share. That's
You
all.
know, because when Scott needs something, you're there for him.
Yeah. And that isn't that what relationships are all about, being there for each other?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I'm going to have you take out 5 cards, but don't look at them.
has to be balanced.
It's
In
about
every
balance.
relationship.
And now we're seeing it more.
Oh, folks, I behaved myself at plays,
That's what you said.
and I'm surprised. My daughter-in-law was surprised.
I'm shocked she
4
took
times
you
in a
there.
row now.
I wouldn't have taken you there if I was her.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
a brave lady.
Yeah, I had my daughter-in-law. I call my guardian angel. If people are like my daughter-in-law, then I have a wonderful daughter-in-law. I really do, and I can't say enough. Like I love. We go out to lunch or we go out to breakfast, and she takes me where I want to go. Never complains, and I'm just so. I am really truly blessed, and my son and I are having a great relationship. And it's all happened within the last 2 to 3 years.
Wow.
But you have to be ready for it. You have to open it up.
You have to allow.
Okay. Now, I want you to think about something for yourself. I don't want to know about it. Take your left hand and go over the pile.
Think about something for myself.
I want you to be self-full, but selfish, too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't usually have time to do Oh, it's that one.
Okay. Be patient. All things will come in time. Okay. I don't know what that means. Only you know. Okay. One of the things I'm also going to tell you, financially, you're going to be okay. I'm not sure if there was a struggle there for a while, but I'm looking at it's going to be improving. By the way, you are going to get a wedding ring if you want it. Do you want a wedding ring, or are you happy?
Yeah, that
the way
really
it is?
is. Honestly, it's not important to
Okay.
me, but
I mean, it's government and people law, right? You know, you have to be married to Christian law or whatever, you know.
yeah, it's probably
I
more
gotta.
important for his
before
parents.
we get going here, I gotta say something. I said to Lori, there was a guy that was supposed to come on my show. Remember? You didn't know that. And she said, "Just say good afternoon." And I said, "Lori, thank you for being there." We actually had a great time talking,
You
didn't
did.
we?
Yeah, I had to wrestle you away to get you to
Yeah.
come on air.
Yeah, he's a chairman of the NAACP, and we found a place we can have an event, right?
There you go. See?
Yeah, so
Yay.
Spirit works. You really like animals, don't you?
I do.
Why aren't you communicating with them?
I do. A little bit.
You want to do a little bit more. Do you have a dog?
My daughter does. I have a cat.
Okay.
Actually, my sister just moved in with us, and she
Okay.
has a dog.
I want you to listen to that dog more. And I want you to really talk with them a lot more.
Oh,
Your
he's
cat doesn't understand. Your cat is your cat, or it's your sister's cat?
I inherited him from neighbors who split up and left the premises and left.
And
the
they
cat.
don't fight, right? Your cat
They
and dog don't
abandoned the
fight,
cat.
right?
Well, right now, no. We're
Oh,
the
they're
dog is a
transitioning.
service dog. It's a medical service dog.
Yeah.
So right now, she's training him that the cat is not important. That's
Right.
not your job. So
I hate that. Oh, they fight like cat and dog. Nothing irritates me
No.
any worse than to hear that.
my cat actually has a lot of dog proproperties. It's really funny. So I
My
think he
cat
grew up
will
with dogs.
lay out in the yard, and the birds will set up and let squirrels will they actually will. Of course, it's
That's
always
cool.
a time when I don't have the camera
That's
to
funny.
prove it, you know.
That's funny.
And one thing I'm also going to tell you is that the OU is going away.
Yes.
Okay, and it's slowly going away because you're the type of person that has to ponder everything to make sure you're not making a mistake. Okay,
Yeah.
well, he's more of a zippity doo dah day. That's a
Yes.
good word.
Zippity
a good
doo dah did. Yeah.
I'm going to use that.
You're
Thanks.
spiritual.
Thanks
guy.
for that. I'll hear that a lot, I'm sure.
Yeah, then we won't let you forget it. Man. But the
Just
one
know
thing
it's a
about you,
compliment.
you're getting back into your spirituality.
Mm,
Okay, and it's okay to be selfish with it.
Yeah.
Okay, I also will tell you that I see your spirit doing a lot of outer body projection. It's just like you and I were talking about. Don't be afraid of it.
No, I don't. It's just I used to do it when I was a
Right.
little bit younger,
Yeah.
and now I've moved into a time period where busy with
You're
sort
gonna
of
be
taking
you're
care
gonna
of
be
mom that's going.
Right. You're going to be visiting and somebody in the OR. Actually, you're going to be watching it being operated on, and that's pretty cool.
Well, I did that. That happened to me. I was operated on, and I went out. I know I was out of my body, and I was in a place that really looked gray, but there was somebody there keeping me from moving on. So, but never said a word. But I thought that was
See,
interesting.
when I had my surgery, I asked and asked and asked. Come on, let me out. No,
Yep.
nothing.
Yeah, no, it was
Isn't that
just.
frustrating?
It was.
You know?
Like, come on, I want to see
It's
this.
kind of like, don't look over here.
In the next 8 weeks to 8 months, you have a very big decision coming concerning your spiritual growth.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can become stalemate in it,
Mhm.
or you can go and jump to the moon. So to
Yes.
be. And I'm not French either.
He's channeling
I
you
know,
already.
that's okay.
But it's going to be up to you. Even though your husband doesn't understand what you're doing, but he appreciates what you're doing.
Yeah, he has little names for what.
Think you're a little dingback at times, does he?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's because what's been a change coming in him that he's going to start saying, "Well, what Paula? Hey, I got her name right."
You did. Nice job.
Well, he
Yeah.
completely says that I conjured our relationship up because
Well, you did.
we were students in the same dojo, the same karate dojo. I was aware that he was younger, and so I was like, I'm not, doing that. So, but I started having dreams about being places with him, and it felt completely normal. And so when I had like the third dream about that, I said, okay, because I really pay attention to my dreams, I've got to not look at this. It's like I stopped not looking at it.
Right.
And
So you're a cougar?
I guess some people would call it that.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, because I have a lot of energy.
That's
There
right.
you go. It's good. He can keep
I'm
up
a
with
cougar
you
in our
'cause he's younger.
relationship. Yeah. but it works for you.
It does.
I'm going to tell you now, I'm seeing a lot of spiritual changes coming in him that you're going to really be excited about.
I can see that.
Okay, I actually see him wanting to know more and more about it. Okay, he also does very well. What do you call it, Tai Chi?
Tai Chi.
He knows a lot about that.
Well,
But he needs
he
to do with the
does
spiritual
actually
part of
does do the Kempo. He teaches the Kempo, and so
What's that?
karate. It's karate.
Oh, it's another karate thing.
Yeah.
It's a Shaolin
Oh.
Kempo karate. Is
Well, would
the
that hurt
type
my
of stuff
delicate
they do.
body? I'm very fragile.
Yours.
It could.
Well, I wouldn't be able to be Miss Princess, would I?
Yeah, and, you know, you just practice sparring. Someone's going to hurt your pretty
Oh,
face.
I can't have that done.
By accident,
No,
of course.
no.
It
Actually, the
would
way
be
it's
pure by
trained
accident.
is it's trained so that you can get up and go to work the next day.
Oh,
So
good.
you learn
But I
how to
actually
do
see
everything
your
very
business
safely.
expanding. You have your own.
I have
office?
it's part time.
Yeah.
Yes, I
No,
do.
I mean, you have your own space that you own.
Yes.
Outright?
Well, it's not outright. It's
Oh,
the
you're
place
renting
that
it or
I'm in.
Okay.
I have.
But
my
I
own
see you
space.
buying it outright.
I don't know about that place.
Or a bigger place.
Yeah,
You're
maybe
going to
something
need to. Remember, I
different.
told you I saw you moving to another area. I definitely see. And I'm looking at could be the early fall. I thought it could be this fall, but oh, all right, stop. Did your mother pass?
No, but she is.
You're not ready to cross over.
She's kind of going into the Alzheimer's.
What I'm going to tell you is she's very proud of you.
I know she
Okay,
is.
and I get a lot of the messages like that, even though that people think that you can't get messages even when you're alive, but you can.
Oh, yeah,
I
absolutely.
do
You
all the
can.
time. She doesn't understand what you're doing, but she's very proud of you, and that
Yeah.
you're not getting into. Were you a wayward girl?
Mm,
I can't picture you being in.
no,
I can't picture you
describe
being a
wayward.
motorcycle mama.
No, I was not that. No.
Okay. I also will tell you, you're going back to school.
Oh, I'm done school.
No, you're not. Oh, never. We both
Done.
are.
Well, you'll be learning something new.
Right. So
That's
Put it
always
down.
well. That's
it's gonna
always
be
true.
that's what I call learning more online. No, yeah, I don't see you sitting there.
Yeah, that's all, that could be true.
And I actually
I
will
see.
tell you what you're going to be teaching. You will be teaching in a classroom as well. Okay. You have many talents that you need to focus on.
I do some of that. I do some adult ed teaching, not the book stuff, but I mean the
What I want to say to you, I
Other
can't
stuff.
say because I don't want the people to follow and doing it again. I can't do, But you've got to stop being so easygoing as a teacher. You got to be a little firmer. Make sure
Oh,
that
I
they're listening.
Do you think I'm firm? Do you
You
think
are.
I'm easygoing?
No, I don't think she's not. She's very adamant about what she teaches. Really,
But I
she's
mean,
a
what I'm
very
saying-
good teacher.
I'm a
She-
serious type.
Right,
In
okay,
other
that's
words,
a-
it's not.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not. Sorry.
I mean, don't
It's
let them
not
push you over.
Workshop
You see it.
type.
Okay.
Well, on occasion we push her a little.
Yeah. When you caught me. You cannot have sweets.
No, you can't say that.
I can't say that. You can't say that.
You can say it doesn't mean you have
Then
to
I have
listen
to
to
follow
it.
it, because you'll get excess energy that'd be false energy for you. You
Oh.
need that natural energy that
Yes.
you already have.
Yeah.
Okay, and I would tell you you don't eat salt, right?
I eat a pretty, I would say, healthy diet. I
Yeah,
eat
okay.
salt.
And by
when
the
it
way,
comes-
you're losing 30 pounds.
Yes, I can feel that coming.
Okay, but you have to be ready for it.
Oh,
I lost 2 more
I'm
pounds.
ready.
Good for you.
I lost 23 pounds altogether.
Congratulations.
How I do it, I really don't know. The Spirit's doing it for me. I will also tell you that the person that you're with, you've got to let him know that you have a lot of feeling towards him. Don't ever let him feel abandoned. He can feel that way very easily.
I'm sure.
Okay, 'cause you put a lot of time into helping. You know how I said you put a lot of time into helping other people.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time for you to take care of you and the person you're with. Okay.
Date night.
Yeah, have a 1 week date night and once a month. Date.
Yeah, we do sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, go down on the ocean there, the seaside there, go think, wow, you know what, whatever. Oh, I got a blushing. That's cool.
Sandcastles. That's what he's
Yeah.
talking about.
Right.
Wild
Yeah,
sandcastles.
no, wild sandcastles.
Family show.
You don't drink?
I mean,
I mean, you're not a heavy drinker,
No.
in other words, no. Well,
No.
glass of wine. I think a glass of wine, believe it or not, for some people it's okay, like a glass of red wine or something like that. For me or for him, we can't do that. And that's okay. Okay? There are times when I'd like to be able to. But then I reflect back and say, no, is it really worth it?
Just call me. I'll have one for you.
All right, there you go.
I got a full bar in my house. What do you want me to
There you
drink?
Your dad's still around?
I believe so. Yes.
Oh, you don't know. Okay. You're going to be getting a call about someone that has passing, and it could be your dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not surprised.
He wants to make amends with you.
Mm.
Okay. That has to be up to you if you want to.
Yeah, I'm good. I've done my thing with him.
Okay. Now, sometimes they don't
On the
always-
ethereal level.
Yeah, okay. I also will tell you the person that you're with. Is his father still around? Because you're going to an
Yes.
older man's funeral. No doubt in my mind, it's not that. Oh,
He's got some.
you're not
well,
ready yet. You got
he has
a long way to go.
uncles that are around the same.
That's
and
right.
A couple. He has uncles and a couple
Okay.
of them.
There are a couple because you're going to be going to one. One of them's going to be having a major heart attack.
Mm.
And he's going to be either driving a car or something else. And it's going to be someone that you would least expect that will happen with. That's like with Mary's friend there, People don't realize that all of a sudden when the spirit says it's time for you to come home and doesn't care.
True, I
you
believe that.
I have to think about that. Like when I walk out in the park or something like that with my little Miss Princess here, she's the boss, One thing I'm also going to tell you, any numbers, like if you take 4, 5, and then again 4, 5, 3, add the three of them together, and they'll come out to what you want. And then another 6, 7, 1. I don't know if you'll remember all of them or not, but then you add that. Then you put 7 and 4 is a very good numbers for you.
Sevens, I know. Fours, that's a different one. So yeah, I'll look at that.
Like 2 and 2 make 4,
Mhm.
or 1 and 3 make 4, or something like that. Are very good numbers for you too. You're going to be around until you're at least 102 years old. And you're still going to be around to haunt everybody.
Well,
No.
that I could see.
But actually, you're going to be dying very naturally in your closet, in your bed. Okay?
Yep.
You are very well respected in your community.
I like to think so.
No, I want you to say I know so.
Yeah, no, I do.
And you've earned that right to be that way.
And actually,
Okay.
yeah, I'm kind of surprised at the people that, like, I know them, but I don't know them well, and they
But
always
they
have
know
a
you.
very good. Yes,
Okay.
they do.
Well, the thing is, like with a TV show here, because of Lori, I was able to build it back up again. I got to pat you on the back. But I mean, because it was going downhill, wicked bad. Okay, we've worked very hard to build it back up, right? Anything worth doing is worth working for.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So my friend Kate, huh?
Kate, yes, I love Kate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know her too?
I've not met her.
Oh,
No.
I thought you knew her. Oh, okay. Hey, she's single. Oh, you're married. Hey, Tammy's single. Tammy Hawks.
Yeah.
I was trying to match Tammy Hawks last week with my cameraman. Nothing happened on that. Financial.
No,
This is your
Kate
money
is
card.
Kate is
Okay.
wonderful.
Financial. I'm seeing a lot more improvement coming.
Yay.
Stop worrying. Your biggest problem, you worry too much about it. You're not letting your angel flow with you to help
Yeah,
you.
that could be true. Yeah.
Okay. You can make a molehill into a mountain very easily, especially when it comes to financial.
Well, sure.
You keep your house pretty comfortable, don't you? Not hot, but not cold either.
Yes, correct.
You really watch that gauge on your what do they call it? Thermostat?
I do.
Thermostat.
Yeah, that what they call it. Okay.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's an old house. It's an old mill house.
Oh, it sure is. You got a lot of
Yeah.
spirits here.
Oh, we do.
And they like you.
They do. They usually
You-
leave me alone.
Yeah. They also know. You also realize that if they didn't like you, you would not be there.
I do.
Okay.
There's a couple pesky ones that every once in a while
Yeah, just tell them to go home. You got a
I
leaky
threaten the
water
sage
faucet.
and things calm down.
You got a leaky water faucet. I think it's a drip.
Yeah, I think it actually has to do with the furnace, maybe.
Yeah,
Something to
something
do with the
about.
furnace.
I know there's a nozzle. Obviously, but there's something there that's going drip. There's some kind of a copper piping or something.
Yeah, I'm
Drip,
sure there
drip,
is
drip.
copper piping.
So you might want to have that checked out. There's an old lady that came with that house that told me she appreciated you being there.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, the one that showed herself to me, and that was funny because that was when I was first dating. And so he was sitting here, I'm sitting here, and we're talking, so I'm talking to him like this, and all of a sudden I saw a movement out of the corner of my eye. And I turned and I looked, and there was a woman, very tall woman with dark hair, coming down, very tall for a woman, and kind of a little bit big boned. And she just smiled at me and turned and walked through the cellar door down. And so I'm looking at her, and then I turned back to him, and I kept talking, and he just picked up my conversation, and he said, "Who did you just see?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's got to be the one for me." Right?
And next time you see her, say, "Good afternoon, Stella," or "Good evening, Stella." She's been there, and she actually died in that building.
Yeah.
You have an old building there.
It is. It's like I said. There's I live South Berwick. It's an old mill town, and so she.
Do they have running water there?
Huh?
They have running water, electricity in South Berwick.
They do once in a while.
Oh.
We don't call it South Burlap for nothing.
Yeah, there you go. But I will tell you that she doesn't want you to move. Every time you want to move,
I know.
she's going to try to block it.
Yeah,
But there's
I
going to
know.
be a time when you have to move for your own.
Yes, I know.
Now, you own that house?
No.
Oh, so you're renting it?
Rented it for a long time.
Yeah, you might as well own it with all the money you put into
Pretty
it.
much.
Right?
Pretty much.
When I see them selling that building,
Yeah, that kind of came up last year already.
they want way too much for it, though.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And do you want to buy it?
Not really.
I was to say, you don't have the money to
No,
do
I
all
want
the
something with a
repairs.
little bit. I'd rather have
I'm actually seeing like a race style.
Yeah, that's what I like. Something smaller, but with a place to do, my
Your office is
right. And
Make
then
sure you put red lights in the office.
that would be a good thing. That would be a good thing. No, I want lots. I'd rather have the land. I'd rather
I
have some
actually
land
see
and
you
water.
an acre and a half of land.
That sounds better than what I have now.
And I actually see you having a lot of animals. Okay. There's an old barn that you may fix up. Okay. And the house is just, you got to really have to redo a lot of work. And, Fred Charlie over here knows how to drive a hammer. Maybe not straight nail.
That's right.
That's right.
You're in trouble now.
And the nail may not go in straight, but at least he'll get
Yeah.
in.
Now I think he does a beautiful job.
It'll work.
Do you know you were an architect in your past life?
I would believe that. I believe I've been many talented
You
things.
can take things from nothing and create something out of them.
I can.
Okay. The problem is you get too impatient if it isn't done the way you think it should be done.
True, because I probably have visions of other times where it came out
In your
right.
past life. You used to build carriages.
That's interesting. I would believe that.
I did I got to tell you this one, don't go back. I had a call from California. This lady, everybody said, "Oh no, she'll never sell a painting." She called me back, and she sold a painting for $15,000.
Yeah.
And I said, now where's my share?
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Actually, if I won, like I've had people win the Powerball number. Not one lady won $22 million. I'm still waiting for the.
For your cut, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
But you know what? I can't accept it to begin with. I tell them to give it to a charity.
Yeah.
Because I would not feel right accepting money from it. Would you?
Oh, absolutely. They can give it to me.
I'll give it to you the next time.
Absolutely.
There you go. You can be the charity.
I have
That's
to
it.
do
Put it to good use.
Here it is, but we really got to get you back in the morning, grounded for your spirits. Don't take on everybody else's pain. Don't take on everybody else's headache. Take care of you. You also do readings,
I do not at this point.
do astrology.
I don't know. No, my math is so bad.
Doesn't matter. Spirit says it doesn't key. Your grandmother said do it. And your grandfather on your father's side is telling me that he is so proud that you never got into trouble. You were a Miss Goody Two-Shoes, weren't you?
Pretty much.
How boring.
Not really.
Oh. Wouldn't that be boring for you
That's
and
why I
I?
do so many fascinating
It was
things.
not my story. No.
Oh. But actually, this is what works for you.
It is.
Okay. By the way, you have a dental plan?
Hmm?
You have a dental plan?
I do.
And you're going to need it.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. I'm actually, I can't recommend a root canal because that's what they're going to try to sell you on.
No, I'm not.
Because then it's going to create more problems. A root canal causes more cavity than it does to help.
I think most of the stuff that they do in your mouth causes more problems than.
Well, my granddaughter went to a dentist, and she was in the office here, and then the dental assistant came in, started to open her mouth up. She said, "You could have put gloves on."
That's right.
I mean, I thought they were supposed to put gloves on when they work.
Well,
on
I don't
these
know what
things.
dentist she went to. I've never been to a dentist like that.
But
They
that was
always-
over on South Wall
always
Street.
I think it
gloves.
depends on
Yeah.
whether they're
It was
afraid
on
of.
the Medicaid dentist, so they don't care. But I know I was in shock, but
Right.
I miss the I miss the old dentists that really know
Cared.
their stuff.
right.
And right.
And if you don't have the money, you don't see the dentist.
Right.
This is true.
We have an old dentist, old school dentist, and he's amazing.
You're lucky.
He's an exceptional dentist. I recommend him to
I have a
everybody.
friend of mine who had a very bad tooth, but because he didn't have insurance, and dental plan can't see him, so he wouldn't see him, and he ended up with mouth cancer, and ended up, so I'll take a pair of pliers like my grandmother used to, and haul them out that way.
There was some tough people back in those days.
Oh yeah, she'd take. I watched her one day. I was like, I don't know, 7 or 8 years old. I'm watching. She takes these pair of pliers and she goes.
And that is so painful too.
And then she
itching
puts
the
some
mouth.
pine gum on it,
Yep.
and
Yep.
the old ways a lot of times are better ways.
It's huge because I do
You have a
lot
daughter?
with curves. I do.
Does she have a child?
She has 2.
She's got one more coming.
She doesn't want to hear that.
Now, she don't have to hear it. I'm telling you.
Actually, she had she was pregnant before this one was born, and she lost.
Well, she has another child coming. He's going to be a boy.
Mm.
Okay. She's got a relationship.
She's married. Yeah.
Okay. Boy, is she a picky lady.
She is.
She controls.
She's different. Yeah, she's different from me.
Yeah.
More
But she
like a
controls
dad.
the marriage
Oh yeah.
because he allows her to.
Sure, he's
and
easy
that's the
going.
way they.
Yep.
That's the way it works with a lot of people.
Sure,
A lot of people
yeah.
control.
Absolutely.
And they're going to be married for a long, long time.
I think so.
Okay. And the one thing I like about you and I admire about you, you don't get yourself involved unless they ask you a question.
Correct.
And you don't take sides.
I try not to.
No, you
Yeah, I
don't.
try to look at both sides.
If you're wrong, you'll tell them they're both wrong, which
I
think
will.
is admirable. And you're the same way.
Oh, I'm not shy about telling them when they're
You-
wrong.
you know, I never took, when my son and daughter were having problems, I didn't take sides. You can't.
You
You
can't
can't.
because
They're
then
gonna
you're
end
the
up
bad
hating
guy.
you. Yeah. I also will tell you that in the next 7 years, you're going to do an awful lot of traveling.
Hmm.
And it could be through Tai Chi, is that what you call it?
Tai Chi,
or whatever,
Tai Chi.
And also there's another spiritual level that you're going to be going on that's going to be teaching different ways of healing methods.
Hmm.
Okay. You're still going to be with your surge, but not as much. Okay, because you're going to be really very busy. But you're always going to be there and encouraging them to do better. The surge outfit people are going to be starting to get super, super busy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
Hear
they're
that?
going to be...
Super busy.
Oh, that's right. And they're going to be, because the one thing about the person that's a director or a leader or whatever is very sincere in what he does.
He is.
Okay.
Yes.
If they want to play monkey games, he doesn't have time for that.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Hey, that's a new way of putting it.
Yeah, what's the new way?
And he's very blunt about things.
He is.
He's also very gentle. So when he talks to the spirits,
He is.
okay.
He respects them.
And he doesn't come in like a lot of them come in. They'll have big
No.
command, and he does. It's
Oh.
okay.
Because they're people.
I think we have a call.
No.
Didn't come on this phone.
I hear it outside.
Health-wise, you're okay.
Good.
Just be level on your sugar.
Mm-hmm.
No chocolate.
Can I answer that phone? Why is it on that phone and not this
I don't
phone?
know.
Should be the normal one.
It's on the other one. Hey, we'll find out. Welcome to Norman Friends. You're on the air. Nope, lost him. Nope, you there?
All that.
Nope. I
One
don't know,
thing
that was
is-
weird.
you eat a lot of chocolate?
Not consistently. I'll go through little tiny binges, and then I leave it alone.
I want you to resist that for 1 week to see how. Now that I implanted it
I
into
do. I
your
mean, there are
mind,
times
okay?
when I go a
And
month,
Like I said,
months without eating chocolate.
your weight's going to withdraw.
Aha, there it is. Let's try this
Your
again.
blood pressure's going down.
Ready? Welcome to Norman Friends. You're on the air.
Sure, but I haven't had, I can't get to the channel, so I don't know what exactly they're talking about. For some reason, I can't get to it on my laptop.
Okay. Lori,
Yep.
you want to hang up? I'll
Yep,
take this
got
one.
it. Oh, that was interesting.
I think that was Alex Paul. I think I was told him to call sometime. One of the things I am also going to do, you are going to have your own TV show or radio show.
You looking at you?
Me?
Yeah, you.
No, you.
No.
No, pass it on to me.
Looking at you.
Hey,
I know I am, so
Yeah, you can be co-host.
I know I am, so
You can
it's
be
your
co-host.
show.
Yeah.
Ah,
But I
don't even
do
know
see
if I
it, and
can
you
do.
will do really well with it. It's going to be one of those community shows like we have here, where not just spiritual people, we have all kinds of people. Even weird authors like him. I won't pick on you, right?
That's okay.
And I also will tell you that you are going to be communicating as a medium with a lot of people. Don't be afraid of it.
No, I'm not afraid of it.
Don't question it.
It's just hasn't been one of those things that's been high on my list
No.
at this point.
It's going to happen when you least expect it.
I mean, I can and I'm aware it's there.
Yeah. But when you least expect it, it's good. You're going to actually telepathically, you're going to go to a lot of the houses that have spirits in them. You're going to be able to guide them and let them know without even saying a word.
That's usually how I do it.
Yeah, and they're going to let you're going to let them know you're the enemy, friends.
That's usually how I do it.
Thank you. You want to swap places here?
Sure.
Boy, what I'm going to tell him.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm just gonna keep
Oh,
my
take,
chair.
you want your chair? Oh, my goodness.
I'm gonna fight for it. Come on, Julie.
There we go. Is that being selfish or self-full? You want your chair?
There you go.
All right. So,
Well, she shuffled. The one thing about you, the journey that you're on, you had to go through that past part of the life, whether you wanted to or not. You had to go through in order to be where you are today.
correct.
Had you followed the path that you were on, or you should have been on, or you think you should have been on, you would not be where you are today. Does that make sense to you?
Perfect
Okay.
sense, yes.
You need to start putting all these things into writing. You have children?
I have one daughter.
You have a son?
No.
You sure?
Yes. Yes, I'm sure. It may be from another lifetime, but
I'm looking
not
at
this
one,
one.
one of your escapades, partying or whatever.
Well,
No?
it's highly unlikely.
Okay. Then someone that you knew had a miscarriage.
Okay.
Okay. You have a communication with your daughter?
I don't.
That's her. That's up to her.
Yes.
Okay. And you didn't really do a whole lot wrong. Stop blaming yourself.
Thank you.
I'm not saying you were perfect. I'm
Right.
the only one that is, but anyways.
Of course.
You knew I was
And,
going to
and
say
we,
that.
yes,
But
and we
no,
bow to you.
That's
yes.
right. Stop blaming. You know,
It
you
takes
can
two to
take
make a
some of it.
relationship.
It
Yes.
takes 2 or 3, but it's up to you now. You've stuck out the olive branch many times, right?
I have, and I feel somewhat called to do it again, but I'm not quite sure.
You're not ready yet.
Okay.
Okay, I would say probably in June
Okay.
or whatever.
Mhm.
Your heart will become burdened. I will guarantee you this. When you write your book, and I know you're going to be, because you're not going to be able to sit down, your hemorrhoid going to itch. No, I'm only kidding. But you're going, when you start writing your book,
Mhm.
and when you start making the money, and she sees that picture on there, then she's going to want to come in contact with you.
Oh, well, the money is an attracting field, isn't it? Yeah.
Isn't it? Want to shuffle those for me? The one thing I also will tell you that you used to be like an evil Knievel in your past life.
Yeah, sort of.
Even,
Yeah, there,
even,
yeah.
even on the motorcycle you would. You still ride a
Right.
motorcycle?
I don't, no.
You need to get over that fear.
Okay. I'm not, I did ride after the motorcycle
Okay, but you
accident.
need to
so-
don't be afraid to do it. You're
Right.
not. It's going to be okay.
Yeah, okay.
Because sometimes having that fear will hold us back.
Okay.
Even though you may have ridden on it before. Right on with her. She can make her a motorcycle mama, see.
You won't find me on
Okay.
a motorcycle.
Ah, we have go. Welcome to Norman Friends. You're on the air. Hello.
That's Lexi.
Hi.
Hi, Lexi.
Hi, Lexi.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing very well. What's happening with you?
Nothing. I was just calling to say hi.
Preparing to go to
Okay.
nursing. Preparing to go to nursing school.
Yeah.
Stop holding
I
yourself.
want to go.
Okay, right? She can do it.
You can do it, Lexi.
We all
believe in you.
We believe in you. Okay, now we got to get you to believe in yourself.
Go for it.
Okay, and you can really do it. You really can. To heck with what other people say. And what will make it even stronger for you if someone tells you, and I'm sure you all will agree, that you can't do it, then you're going to prove to them you can do it. You don't need to prove to anybody anything.
Yeah.
Now, you have a child, right?
I have 2.
And how old are they?
I have an 11-month-old and a 5-year-old.
Okay. Pretty smart. They're pretty smart, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. Don't let the pharmaceutical company or the school teachers, kindergarten, or whatever, don't let them put them on medication. Just watch their diet.
Put them on medication?
No, do not.
No,
He's
not
saying
do not let them.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Okay, good, because the teachers, they think it's overwhelming because you're a 5-year-old and he or she says, "Mommy, I see this, I see that." You know what? They really are.
They really do see
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. So don't be afraid of doing that. Okay?
I won't.
Okay. Okay, hon. I'm going to let you go, but chat with me more online, okay?
Okay.
All right. Be good to yourself.
I will.
All right.
All right.
Smack them around a little bit.
And that'd be spiritualvisionary.net for the nasty letter.
Bye-bye, hon.
Bye, Lexi.
Bye.
Bye-bye now. Did you shuffle these already?
I did.
Already. Oh,
So
boy.
can you tell me your pendants?
The pendants.
Yeah.
Well, the bottom one is it's called a malong. It's a Tibetan mirror, and it was a gift. Everything you see is gifted to me. So that's a malong, and it's actually for protection. It deflects negative energy, and so this which is upside down and backwards. This was. This is me as Riverman. This is how I got my name. Riverman was a woman who made these earth angels.
It's beautiful.
And so that's a story we could talk about at some point. This is a toroidal field. This copper piece is a toroidal field, which I use in the dowsing and clearing of energies. And what it does is creates a toroidal field around my heart or wherever I place it on my body, which enhances it. And this is the Merkaba, which is our light body, but I also do those with crystals on the properties that I douse to create a multidimensional star tetrahedron in the property to protect the property. So they're all symbolic of who I am, what I do.
When you talk about dowsing for the people who are listening to it, you want to explain what that means?
Oh, dowsing, yeah. Dowsing came to me probably 2 years ago, which is recent. And most of us have heard about dowsing with a pendulum.
Right.
And so I never felt that, I felt my energy could always move the pendulum, so I would never trust it. So a woman that I found on Facebook and followed actually came within a half a mile of my house to teach this lesson called Golden Light Dowsing. And it was about dowsing the land for electromagnetic fields, for geopathic stress, for ley lines, etc. And so the synchronicity of her coming within a half mile from my house was too much to not too much to not bite at, and that's how spirit guides me. So I took the course, and at first it was very clumsy, and I didn't feel I was good at it. I was judging myself. But over the past 2 years, it's become my passion, and what I learned was to trust myself, and it's deepened my relationship with the earth and with the water. And so the dowsing is basically the old dowsers would take a branch and look for water in the land. And if you think, we would not have survived today if they didn't find the water wherever they were traveling around the world. So it's an intuitive process. And
my dad used to use the dowser as well. He used to actually, I saw him one day, and I thought it was fake, being 10 or 11 years old. I don't remember how old I was. And he actually was doing the dowsing. He found the well, the water, and he actually walked over to a gentleman who everyone says was sick and was going to be dying and all that. He actually held this dowser stick, as you go, and it went up and down with the energy, and the guy got up like he was never sick, and he said it
Wow,
was.
that's a beautiful,
Yeah.
no, that's a beautiful story. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing what we can do through energy. Yeah. So,
Even though I didn't have a good connection with my dad, there's some fond memories I have, my real dad, But I also am going to spread these out, and I'm going to have you take out 5 cards.
okay.
Ooh, what we're going to tell you. No secrets on this show.
No secrets.
We actually had a guy come on that he would try to tell us about some things that were politically, you remember that? And he didn't want us. And I told him, I said, you come on my show, I don't guard anything. And he said, well, you're not going to read this, and that. You know what? It just happened. I don't cover. I want you to make a
put
wish.
your hand over it first.
Yeah, your left hand.
Left hand.
And I want you to think about something that happens for you. I don't want to know.
Okay.
Time is of no essence. Okay, I don't know what that means, only you would know. Follow your spirit guide, follow you, and not allow your personal feelings to interfere with what you're doing.
Good point.
Do you understand what I mean
Yes.
by that, okay?
Mm.
You're also going to be a communicator from between the 2 veils. Okay? Whatever that means, I don't know. What's that mean, 2 veils?
Well, I don't know what the 2 veils means. I mean, are you trying to say that he'll be the in between the dimensions?
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So he'll be in between, so he
2
won't be
veils.
in either dimension, but
No,
he'll be able to
in between
communicate.
the 2. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I also will tell you that you were so. I can't say that. You were so hard-headed when you were in your drinking days.
Mhm.
And want to use another word that I can't use. I don't want to get kicked off.
I'm sure it was quite adequate.
Right. Okay. That lady is right behind you, so she's got the crush on you or whatever.
Bless you.
Okay.
I love you. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I also will tell you that your journey in this lifetime is only just beginning.
That creates
you've gotta-
fear on a lot of levels. Yeah.
Don't be afraid of it. It will not do anything that's going to create a problem for you. I don't know how to say this, but it may cause a separation shortly between your beloved and you.
Well, that's a fear. Yeah.
Okay. Let it go and let it happen. The spirit will take care of whatever it's supposed to take care of. Okay. If the people can't accept who you are or whatever you're doing, that is up to them, not you. Okay. Like your husband overcame a lot of the anxiety that he had. He's understanding better. Okay. I wish I could tell you I never saw such a loving couple as these that her and her husband. I brag about that all the time, don't I?
Me too.
He may not always understand, but you know what? She is very protected by him, and he has a lot of. They respect each other. Am I correct?
No, absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
You are a loving person. At one time, you were not. You were very hard-hearted at one time. We'll say in your past, before this time here, that
True.
love didn't mean a damn thing to you. But
Didn't
now it's really
didn't understand
understanding. No. Now, do you love yourself today?
I do.
You look in the mirror and say you're a winner every day?
I don't do it every day, but
I think
when
you
I
should.
look in the mirror, I congratulate who that
All right.
person is.
I always tell people to look in the mirror completely naked and do it that way. You too. You know, I think it's important because when we get rid of all the inhibition, that we can really, even my little fat belly, you know. But one thing I also will tell you that you are a healer of animals.
Thank you.
You have animals around you?
I do. I've not worked on animals in
But
human modality.
I don't want you to take classes on it. I mean, you can do what you want. I should say I don't. The spirit doesn't want you to. I want you to do your own wake-up energy working like I do, and I want you to become... Sometimes when people take too many classes, like I had a lady that took too many classes. In fact, she's not coming on our show. Her name is Jill. I'll let you know more about that. You haven't met her yet. She was that
Yeah, the
wonderful
guest.
lady.
Closer. He wants you closer to the.
Oh, okay. And
Closer.
you also, 5 years ago, you should be dead. You should have died. Something about your heart wasn't properly functioning once again, but your journey is not over.
Okay.
How old are you?
68.
Oh, you're just a young puppy.
I am.
Isn't age only a number?
It is.
Okay. I was supposed to be dead at 67, but I listened to what that tarot card lady told me, and I changed my life around. You know, and that we can change our lives around.
Right.
You know, it's all up to us. I also will tell you that that you need to find a sweat lodge to go into and medicate, but not for a long period of time, because
Okay.
I don't know if you had a heart condition or if you have a heart condition. Your heart couldn't take a lot of it, or like a steam bath. Be very limited. Okay.
I'd love
You
to
should
do a
not. You
sweat
eat salt.
lodge.
Sorry.
I would love to do a sweat lodge.
Oh, I think great.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that'd be magnificent.
But have you ever done one?
No.
Oh my God, they're so. The work,
Yeah,
you
nor
know,
have I.
yeah,
I'm looking forward to doing
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
it's better than a steam bath. You know, you would. Oh, they are just so amazing. But the problem, because of puritanic people, men and women, they wear clothes. I don't believe in that. You should be, because you've got to open all your pores. But a sweat lodge is awesome. And I do actually would recommend, if you can find one, to go, both of you actually, to go and not be an exhibitor. You know, don't be afraid to
Yeah.
be immodest, okay? I also will tell you that you're going to be giving lectures.
Mm.
You're going to be talking to, like, kids at the YMCA,
Oh,
or
wonderful.
let them know your journey, the Boys and Girls Club, you know,
yeah.
tip the chair over once in a while until you get their attention, you know. I know my website's right there, folks. I beat you to you. Stop procrastinating on your decisions.
Mm.
You know that you have to do a lot of different things, but don't be afraid of the journey that you're on.
I will take that.
You can always call me and we'll talk it through.
Thank you.
Okay. Do I know all the answers? Boy, this is going to be hard for me to say.
You can do it, Norm. I'm here for you, buddy.
That's it.
I'm here for you.
No, I don't.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Yeah, you know.
I'm safe.
And we're only as young as our hearts allow us to be. We kids sit around, like you said, you're 68.
Yeah.
We had a lady call them with, what, 56?
56.
And I said, well, why don't you go out dancing? Oh, I'm too old.
What?
Yeah.
That's what I said. I said, I'm almost 56. I would never, ever in my life consider myself too young.
Oh, I'm 60.
I go
I
dancing.
get thrown on the
I-
floor.
you know?
Right?
I can throw people on the floor.
Yeah, I go dancing. I close my door when I do my famous dancing,
There you go.
my strip dancing, you know.
Well, you just don't
But,
want to scare
you know,
the neighbors, but that's
Th-
different.
that's what it is, you know. But I want you to always
all the
feel
time.
young at heart.
I
Thank
don't
you.
think that's a
You
problem.
did. Yeah.
And the one thing I want you to understand, it's okay to take one more journey on a motorcycle by yourself.
It is. Occasionally, I get the idea of buying another one, but
Yeah, okay.
I
Rent one.
rent one. That's a good
there you
idea.
go.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you.
Because that
Yeah.
way,
then I don't have
think
to own it.
it's
Yeah.
important. Yeah, I think it's important that you do this to relieve all the past energy that you had.
I feel that strongly, and that's why I get that urge occasionally, and I don't know why, but I do believe there's a release.
You need
for
to
me.
release that
Yeah.
negative
Right.
energy that you've had, because that's still holding you back, because you're still afraid of what had happened in the past.
Interestingly, in Tai Chi, my accident has come up in certain moves that we've been going through, and one was,
Walking back.
when I flipped and I landed and walking backwards, and so it's amazing how Tai Chi has brought up a lot of these injuries that my body took, and as Paula explains, it's in my body memory.
Okay. Now you have to do that
Right.
bike, motorcycle. What is a bike? Motorcycle. Not that be a Harley Davidson.
Well, why not?
And it
No,
can
that's
be,
okay.
no, I agree with
Hey,
you.
go
No,
big
my-
or go home, right?
My last bike was a Goldwing, so it was
Okay, but I would
it was
recommend
the
that,
Cadillac. Yeah.
I would actually recommend either rent one or,
Right.
or go with someone who. You have a
No,
motorcycle or rent? Do you have a friend that has a couple of
I will
motorcycles?
find one.
Yeah.
I will find one.
I
Yeah.
think it's important for you to grow.
Yeah.
You can drive it to my house, and
Okay.
because I think I have some vortexes on my property. I'm 100%
all right.
convinced there's at least 3,
Well, we'll have to talk
and you
about
can
that.
see them. You can
Right.
actually see them sometimes, and
You agree with that with a motorcycle with him?
I do, and I can say from my personal experience, because we lost a very beloved friend in a horrible motorcycle accident, and then our son-in-law was in a motorcycle that nearly killed him. A motorcycle accident that nearly killed him. Since our son-in-law's accident, we're less on our motorcycle,
Mhm.
and we know we need to get out on it more. So I can say that I think for you it would be very therapeutic and very releasing.
Right. Yeah, I feel that.
Okay, so I think it's really important,
thank you.
whether you're beloved or
She won't go, but that's okay.
That's
I
okay.
think it should be
But I want you to
solitary
go.
anyway.
I don't want you to go by yourself on that journey. I want you to have someone else who also has a motorcycle, because I want you to make sure that you have that confidence. And it's okay to pull over and to do deep breathing exercises, or get some wild hot young lady there, make up for lost time or whatever. But that's okay too.
Whatever makes a difference, right?
But I really would recommend that you do the motorcycle thing, okay? And your angel, Archangel Michael, is telling me to tell you to do that. Okay, you have a lot of angels around you.
I know.
You also have a lot of guardian angels too. You have a spiritual guide. He is from Russia. Okay. His name is Igor.
Igor.
Okay. He was a high-nosed, almost like tight, but he's also very commanding, and this is the message I'm getting from him, is to tell you to follow that guy, okay? This is going to be your year. I want you to claim it. This is 2018 to 2019. I want you to claim this is your year.
Thank you.
You may have to live by yourself for a while, but that's all up to you, between you two, okay? You kind of live solitary by yourself anyway, but you two are there for each other if you need each other, okay? Financially, you're going to do okay. Okay. I'm also seeing when you write that book that you're going to be going on some kind of a talk show. Not just mine, but somebody else. Of course, ours is the best.
Ours is the best, but
And I'll say it began right here.
there you go.
There you go.
Well, you have it written. You just got to get it published.
That's it.
But it could take about 2 years. Okay, I would really encourage you to do that, okay? It's going to help you to let go of the past that you've had blocked away so many years, okay?
Yeah.
25 years, you said?
25,
Okay,
yeah.
well, you got to unblock that 25 years.
Right.
And that's what I'm learning to do. It's not an easy journey. I cried many tears,
I hear you.
Are you happy in the relationship?
I am.
Let her know.
I'm trying more, and she won't listen to this, but I do try more and more. I think it's a interesting journey.
Right.
as
She
it
thinks you're
deepens.
pushing too much on her.
I
Okay, she thinks that. She know you love her and you showed her different, but she thinks that you're trying to push it too hard for her. Just let it flow.
Let it flow.
Let it flow. Does she do the Tai Chi with you?
No, but we're working on that. She's
You would
in
be a big
physical
asset.
therapy now, and she's doing some little yoga exercises. So next thing is sun style Tai Chi.
Actually, no. You cannot be in the same classes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and that's not fair to her.
I know.
You can be controlling.
Me?
Oh, not in my
my
class,
goodness.
because I'm controlling.
She's the
No, I mean teaching her. And teaching her at home
Okay.
or whatever.
All right,
Gotcha.
thank you.
I
Teaching her
actually
at
see her
home
having a
is
lot of
different.
He would
arthritis in her
correct her.
hands.
That's why my husband and I don't take classes together. He would always correct me.
Right. Yeah.
I actually see her having a lot of arthritis.
Yeah.
Okay, especially in her hands area.
Her
So I
hand-
think that would be very in her back area and down towards her foot. Okay. I also will tell you in her own way she does love you.
I know.
But she's learning how that you're not going to hurt her.
Mm.
You understand what
Trust.
I mean by that, okay?
Right. It's trust.
You don't have to prove it anymore. Just action speaks louder than words. Just be who you are. Stop trying to change for somebody else. Take care of you. Does that make sense to you at all?
Yeah.
Well, does that make sense? Stop loaning money out.
It's not a loaning. I just give it.
Well, we're going to call it love.
It's not a loan if you know they're never going to pay it
All
back.
right. You've got to. The Spirit says, "Do you want it? You want more money?
Mm-hmm.
Stop giving it away."
Okay.
Okay, and I also will tell you that when you start making money, the relatives that you have will be your favorite. You'll be her favorite dad.
Mm. Oh yes. Yeah, I understand that completely.
Isn't that sad?
It is. It's why we.
I'm
don't
not
have,
saying that
it's
you
why
were
we don't have
perfect.
a relationship
Right.
today because I said no 20
Right.
years ago.
Okay, and I'm not saying you know, that you weren't the perfect dad, but you were not the mean dad either.
No.
Okay? She actually, her mother's more scathing than you were.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And her mother actually turned her against you.
Thank
Okay?
you for confirming
And
that.
they felt that, see, she wanted you to buy her your daughter's love. And
Yes.
it doesn't work that way, you know.
Right.
She doesn't live too far from you.
No.
She's married.
Yes.
She had children.
Yes.
She goes by your house a lot.
That that wouldn't surprise me.
She wants to try to find a way to make up to you, but she's so angry and bitter at things that are not true.
Mhm.
But I'm getting too personal. Tell me.
No, no.
Okay.
I'm just.
I just don't want to be on the.
No, I want to
what I
absorb
mean?
that.
Okay.
I want to absorb that energy. Thank
Okay.
you.
And she wants to, but she's afraid to because she doesn't want to go against her mother, whomever.
I understand.
Okay.
I understand that.
The children really want to get to know you.
Okay.
Okay. When the time is right, you
Right.
will.
Okay.
Okay. And no one. I'm getting over this remark because someone has accused you of actually hurting her, and you know, and I don't mean physically. I mean sexually. How old was she when you two separate? When you
She
separated?
was 18 or
Okay.
19, I believe it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you never, even whether it's in her mind or whether it's her
No,
mother's
I
mind.
can honestly say that.
I know you
in
haven't.
light of all that's going on in the world today, of
Yeah.
people, no, there was never.
No,
incident.
and I know that too. Okay, and Spirit says that too. But in her, she's going through a lot of emotional status right now. How old is she?
She's 44 or 45. Yeah.
Her children are a lot older, right? They're like
There's
teenagers.
a daughter that's, I think she's 20. She must be 20 by now. Yeah,
She only has one child.
only one child.
Okay, and she may carry on another one.
Mm.
Okay, but I do see one of them reaching out to you.
Okay.
Make sure they're doing it for the right reasons.
Yes.
Okay, because you're very vulnerable because you do want your daughter's love.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you want to make, but you got to make sure it's unconditional.
Right.
Right. So, and I don't mean to be mean or too personal on the air
No,
like this, okay?
no, it's no. My story is open. I
Right.
have no fear.
You had nothing to hide.
I have nothing to hide.
I'm not embarrassed about my past life either. You know.
No, I wake up in the morning and I look and I see where I am and I say thank you.
I'm always afraid that my bubble's going to burst. I've told you that before. And I'm writing a book now, and I'm always afraid, well, when my book is over, am I going to die? She's been really? I've had that
I may
fear.
experience
Yeah.
that myself.
You know, and she's been very encouraged. In fact, like I told you, I got 3 pages, so probably inside the middle of the year, I'll be able to let you edit it for me.
Cool.
You know. And I also will tell you, you're going to be doing a lot of traveling, but by yourself. Okay.
Right.
I don't mean that. I'm not trying to discourage your beloved or whatever, but I think it's that you will be doing a lot of like on stage, and you're going to be doing a lot of talking with a lot of kids and a lot of adults about your experiment.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to have a hard time when saying that how your whole new beginning, how you died and you went up to the other side and come back. But more and more people are becoming more open to hearing something like this.
Yes.
You know, and it's a story that you can no longer hide.
No, I don't try to hide it, but I don't readily speak it to everybody because they become uncomfortable.
Right. What I would tell you to do is get yourself a dictaphone.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, if you're like I am, I'm one of the world's worst spellers. I cannot spell. I'm lucky if I can even get
I can't type.
She can tell.
It's the typing.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. They got to have spell check.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I really would like you to. It's not going to be a big book. It's going to be like that one. But
Good. Thank you for that because that was one of my fears is how big is this going to be?
it's not going to be over 100 pages.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Great.
But
Thank
you've
you.
got to rewrite and rewrite and rewrite and rewrite and rewrite. And I'm going to recommend that you don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, correct the errors, but right from the heart, right from the soul. She can be she can edit the book for you.
There you go. You have a new
And
new
she-
job.
No,
And
I've
she's
done
had
it
to-
before.
She's an amazing wordsmith here. So yeah.
And she's a perfectionist at whatever
Oh,
she does.
yes, she
especially- okay, just like this one here, you know. But I will tell you one thing that you have to do is go and let your spirit write the book. Don't. That's what I had to learn how to do. I had to allow the spirit to help me write the book. Because when we start doing it on our own, we're not going to go anywhere. You're going to need a hearing aid.
That
Right now
sounds
you have
plausible.
selective hearing.
I have selective hearing. We all have selective hearing. That's a major disease these days.
Your mother passed?
She did when I was much younger.
Did you forgive her?
I have forgiven her. Yes.
I don't know what that means, but I don't want to know.
Well, that's okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
But she wants you to say aloud on TV that you forgive her.
I forgive you, Mom. And I love you, and I bless you, and I thank you for, and I'm sorry you never got to be who you truly were.
But she's very happy who she is now.
Thank you.
Okay. She was a great mom most of the time. She just went through a lot of stages.
Her issues were her issues, yeah.
Right,
It wasn't,
and they can't be your issues.
they weren't mine, but as a child,
Oh, yeah, we didn't know any better.
I owned them.
Yeah. But I also will tell you that your mother is very, very proud of you. She tolerates your beloved. Your beloved's going to hate me.
No, that's okay.
Oh, no, I know.
She'll tune you out just like she does
Oh,
me,
yeah.
which is
Okay.
perfect. That's why
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
I'll be downloading this.
I love it
sometime.
dearly.
Yeah, I'll be downloading this weekend.
Oh, great.
Hopefully, or between now and Monday, I'll put it that way. Sometimes we got behind there for a while. Now I got them all
did.
caught it up.
You
Caught it
did.
up. I learned a new word, caught it up. One of the things I'm also going to look at with you too is your heart is very strong. Okay, but it goes boom, 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 boom. Especially when you get excitable, your heart really goes boom, 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 boom. Especially sexually. No, I mean not sexually. That's only a dream now, but it goes boom, 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 boom. I want you to keep an eye on him when he's doing the Tai Chi to make sure his heart isn't going rapid. Okay? And use your own intuition to watch on, because whatever he does, he goes all the way with it.
Yeah, I see the stress pattern on the face, and I come over and I
Oh,
I
good.
make sure he's not taking himself too seriously.
Yeah, remember, what is it? What's his name? Oh, no, life is like a box of candy.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, box of chocolate, yeah. What was the name of that movie?
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Oh,
Just like he said.
Voice
Oh.
from beyond.
oh, the God said that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This guy, do you have a 10-minute thing, quick?
No, that wasn't. That was Eric talking, not
Oh, that was Eric? Oh, okay. Oh, wearables at the end.
Yeah, and Al
Are you
didn't
talking about a video?
Yeah.
I don't have one queued up, I'm sorry.
All right, well, bring one in next week. This guy is fantastic. He brings in the history of I think you were here one time. The last time you were on, we did the history of Manchester.
No.
Oh, okay.
wasn't
No, he
me.
just started, and the people love it. I get like 100 to 200 hits on it. We'll be downloading to YouTube.
Yeah.
So if you know how to download it to yourself, and we'll take your pictures. And before you leave, we need to get pictures of everybody together. You won't break my camera with a picture, will you?
We'll try our best anyway.
No, okay.
No guarantees.
But I also will tell you, what you're teaching him, when he's going to need your permission, he's going to be teaching to other people. Okay? And I think it's important that stop holding what you're learning and help other people, so that when you're teaching them, you're really training yourself and helping yourself. How long you been doing this with Tai Chi?
Tai Chi.
3 times, 4 times in a row? I got it.
Yeah, I've been doing
It's a
it
miracle.
for.
It's a Christmas
Yeah.
miracle.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for about 17 years. But how long have you?
I'm going to say 2.5
Not so
years.
yeah, okay. I have another friend of
It's
mine.
longer than I think, but
Yeah, I have another friend of mine that does it too, and when you can see when he's been doing it, and he teaches way up in the middle part of Maine, and his class is growing, and he had a thriving business down here in Allenstown. He was making $100,000 a year, teaching all the classes. But then he met this woman who was a little bit off the wall, shall we call it, and ruined everything. But that's okay.
wow.
He's rebuilding back up, and that's important. I also will tell you, I see you having laser surgery. You have cataracts.
they're beginning. Yeah.
And let me tell you, it's the most amazing thing that I had it done. And it is probably one of the most amazing things to have removed, because I was totally blind for a long time.
Oh, wow.
And if they were cute, I had to tell them I had to touch and feel, make sure I got the right vibration.
Watch that stuff.
Yeah. They'd look at me and I'd start laughing, because people don't know, like when I'm doing counseling, if they don't follow what I tell them, I'm going to turn my knee and spank them there. Really? Hey, they do what I do. Well, what can be, I'm not going to say life is perfect. Life is however we want to make it. Mm-hmm. We can have our ups and downs. We can disagree with each other. We can also fall into a format of just, especially when the Spirit allows us to work. And now my biggest thing, I love to go into the park, and I talk with a lot of gang members. And people say, why? Why not? And then that for me to die, I'm going to die.
Los Angeles used to live across the street from me when I grew up, and they were some of the nicest people I've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
That's it,
Scary, but nice.
I went to I don't remember the gang that lives here in Manchester, and I walked into them, and I'm saying, how you guys doing? They're all, you could feel them. And I had no fear, because once you show fear, you might as well give it up. And I walked over, and I said, you know what? I looked at one of them, I said, I don't want to see your blood all over my street. And he said I used a racial. I go, no, I don't care what color you are. I don't want your blood on my street. I want you to live and go to college and be who you want to be. And I looked at another young boy who was 14, and I told him the same thing. And he said, well, this is my family. I said, no, they're not. And the leader says, well, I like to fight. I said, well, good for you. How about fighting for you and fight for the right fight? How about fight for a good cause, since you like to fight and all that? And he's looking at me. I said, these guys could care less. If you died today or tomorrow, they're going to have someone right there to replace you, And they didn't come back to the park. They actually and I actually ran into the 14-year-old mother, and she gave me a hug. I go, what's this all about? She said, thank you for saving my son's life. He went back to school. He went on the honor roll. Now he's graduating, and he just applied for college, and he's going to become a physician's assistant.
Nice. Great story, yes. Beautiful.
And, it's all up to people. We can live that life and say, you and I talked about this before. We can stay on the pity pot and not grow and stay homeless, or we can educate ourselves. And a lot of the people, like I think we talked about, that are homeless, prefer to be that way. I'm not saying all of them.
Right, but there is a significant number.
True.
That's been true throughout history.
Yeah. I had a guy who lived there for a while. He says, I can't live here anymore. I go, why? He says he can't. He liked living near the sleeping by the railroad tracks, or they like sleeping in the wood. And look at this poor man they found a couple of days ago with hypothermia. They found him in a tent, and he refused to go into a home.
Right.
I want to help all these people, but if they don't want us to, I don't.
But the thing is, it all goes back to love and respect.
Right.
Now, I've told you before, my sister, many years back, 5 maybe, took in a homeless man.
Yeah.
And he lives with her, but every now and then he goes on walkabout, where he just goes for a while and then he comes back. And so he's found the balance. He's become a wonderful roommate and, friend with my sister, my stepfather, and he are very good friends. So it's just he's found the balance, and that's where a lot of people never find the balance.
Well, like that guy that came on the show. The guy that came on the show there, goes all over. He lives in
Poi.
Poi.
Yes,
yeah.
My friend Poi. Yes.
Yeah.
5 minutes already.
Oh,
wow,
really? Yeah.
Quick.
And I know what it's like to be homeless, and I'm sure you do.
I do.
Okay, but I chose not to be. But I had to lose everything to gain everything. So in that respect, I have no problem with it. Do I feel sorry for people? No.
No, there is a level where you can feel compassion for them, but I don't feel sorry for them.
No, I don't either. And that maybe I don't have the right term.
Maybe my near death has brought this to me, but we all have free will choice ultimately, and so what we do with that choice is our sovereignty. And I hope anybody listening chooses for their highest good and the good of all around them. And that's the key.
I think a lot of them, because we do have so many agencies that are out there to help people, that too many of them become dependent on them.
Well, but a lot of those agencies don't have the funding to help people in the way those of us who have a home and have a job and have an income think they're being helped.
Correct.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Very
they're,
much so.
They're not getting all this stuff that we in our minds think they're getting.
No.
I know because I grew up a very poor child.
Yeah, me too.
I know, I have family members who are very poor, and I have friends that are very poor. They don't get all this stuff people think they get.
That's like these people from India that I live in my building. I thought they would be getting everything. They get this and that, but no, they don't. You're right. They get all that whatever they get mistreated by certain churches. I'm not mentioning any churches. I don't want to get sued. But they get, bring you over here, because the churches get pretty good money from different government resources. But the people who live in my building, they don't get the things that I had like you just said, I had a misconception that they. But these people that live in my building, oh my God, they're amazing. My two older friends that moved to Ohio. I miss them. You know what I'm talking about. They're an older couple that should have been dead a long time ago, but he's walking every day, and I really miss him. And then I had some friends that live up on the third floor. They're from Nepal as well, and the two of them, and they're amazing people. They are proud American citizens.
Okay. So.
Okay, we got to go. Thank you to Charles.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Do you have a website?
I just Charlie Riverman Bridge Run. Just Google it, you'll find me.
Okay, and you?
I do. It's
I forgot to ask you.
Revitalize. I can't remember where the dots are, but it's Revitalize Massage Therapy.
Okay, and we want to thank you, and hopefully you both will be back on again.
Thank you.
Maybe we get Eric to come back on with us again one more time. You say sure? Okay. I'll get a hold of you. And folks out there, remember, no matter how cold it is outside, make sure your heart is warm and filled with love. And every day, you are the winner.